Buonasera, ciao ragazzi, mi chiamo Josh. Buon Natale a tutti. Yes, guys, that's Merry Christmas in in Italian, and we're here. Thought I'd do a Serie A roundup, game week 17. You know, what a game week, man. You know, Serie A just continues to deliver the best league in the world, guys, and that's a fact for me. No league can compare to Serie A. It's the best in the world. So yeah, I thought, you know, we're gonna go through every single game. I watched half of the games, and then I saw highlights of half of them as well. Obviously, you guys watched with me as well. We did a watch on these games as well. So yeah, man, what a game week. You know, we saw Roma destroy Parma. We saw Atalanta, Ketelaere save Atalanta. We saw Juve get a win. We saw Napoli keep on winning. We saw Lazio win. Bologna won. Inter got the job done in the end. You know, Udinese got a shock result against Fiorentina. We're gonna all unpack here, guys. If you guys are new watching Serie A, watch this, you know, understand a little bit about the league and start watching the league, guys, if you guys have time, because it is the best league in the world. But yes, Buon Natale. Buon Natale. Of course, tomorrow is Christmas Day, and Merry Christmas, everyone. Buon Natale a tutti. And yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. We're gonna obviously big up the chat as well. Merry Christmas, Wookie as well, my brother. Yes, I'll have a look, bro. That looks amazing, man. I'm gonna look at that in a minute. But yeah, big up to Wookie. And Buon Natale, grande Josh, and Buon Natale, AFC always. Mi fratello, AFC always. Buon Natale to you, my friend, as well. And yeah, let's get into the first game, of course, guys. It was Hellas Verona. We did this one on the channel as well. Verona versus Milan, and Milan got a 1-0 win. Thanks to this guy here. I see something now. Reinders, right? I think he's one of the best midfielders in the Serie A. I'll put it out there. You know, I think he's one of the best attacking midfielders in the Serie A. Obviously, I mean, you know, I know you got Barella and these types of players here, but I think Reinders is up there as well. And this guy saved Milan from another draw, another embarrassment of a performance from Milan. I was watching this game. We did it live as well, guys. The football was awful from Milan. You know, I feel like Fonseca, if he didn't beat Madrid in the Champions League, he'd be sacked. And I don't know how this guy is. I'm not seeing it with Fonseca and Milan. You know, yes, maybe people say he needs more time and all this, but I'm just not seeing it with Fonseca and with Milan. You know, the football they're playing right now is horrible to watch. It really is horrible. You know, it doesn't help that they lost Rafael Leao early on in the game. You know, he came off injured. He was having a really, really bad game anyway. But it doesn't help that, you know, he came off injured. But if it wasn't for Reinders, who Reinders once again steps up, and Fofana as well, by the way. Fofana in the midfield, man of the match, yeah? He got the assist for the Reinders goal. But those two stood out to the rest, right? I mean, you got players like Emerson Royale. He's been a flop. You know, he's awful. He's very, very bad, you know. Emerson Royale is shocking. Chukwueze wasn't really on it. Tammy Abraham was non-existent up front for them. You know, I mean, Milan, they got some good players in there. I was really impressed to see Jimenez play at left back, and he had to play left wing, and Theo Hernandez came on. But you know, shout out to Jimenez, who played over Theo Hernandez, and Jimenez played really, really well. We had a really good game for them. He looked really good going forward. I feel like he's more of a left winger than he is a left back, but he still did a very good job at left back for Milan. But I mean, listen, they got some good players. You know, Magnan's in goal. You know, Gabbia I rate as a centre back as well. Fofana's in the midfield. Obviously, we know Theo Hernandez, Reinders, you know, Rafael Leao is a good player, but I think he's overhyped in my opinion. You know, so they have some good players there. You know, I just feel they could have used the likes of Kamada. You know, this guy's a young 17-year-old striker. I feel like they could have used Kamada a lot more than they did. You know, he didn't really come off the bench. This guy needs to play more. I feel like Tomori needs to play more as well. Cavallari as well, I think needs to be in the squad a lot more. I think overall, it's a bit of a mess at Milan. It really is. You know, ever since they won the Scudetto many, you know, 3 seasons ago, it's been under Poli as well. It's been a mess. It's been a mess. And Fonseca, for me, the football they're playing, I'm just, looking at them this season, I'm thinking they're going nowhere. They'll be lucky to even qualify for Europa League at this rate. I'll be honest, I can see teams above them finishing higher than them right now. And honestly, they're very, very poor in the game, just awful football. As I said, the only two players to start for me were Fofana and Reinders there. They currently sit 8th place, Milan, 26 points. Bologna now gone above them. We'll talk about them in a minute, of course. But as for, Hellas Verona, they're above the relegation for 15 points. But they're a side that, I don't know, like they battered Napoli 3-0, They absolutely destroyed Napoli at the start of the season. And then they can put in performances like this, Verona. And I think they had a very, very good game. They got really unlucky. Their end product was really, really poor. But yeah, for me, Milan, I don't see them going anywhere with Fonseca. I had very high expectations with them at the start of the season with Fonseca. I said, you know what? New manager coming in, going away from Poli, but they're better for keeping Poli. Hey, at least Poli was getting them, playing better football than this. This football is dross from Milan. It's been a whole mess for them. You got legend. I mean, the legendary Zlatan watching along in the crowd. He must be embarrassed seeing the downfall of Milan because they are playing very, very bad. But they did get a 1-0 win. It's very, very rolled. If it wasn't for Reinders, it wasn't for Fofana, they would have drew this game like they drew with Genoa, like they've been all, this half of the season, guys. It's been perfect to watch from Milan's point of view. So, yeah, I don't see them going anywhere with Fonseca. As I said, Verona, I think they can stay up this season, because they can turn up in these big games as well. You saw it against Napoli. They battered Napoli 3-0. When they're on it, Verona, to be honest. So I think they can stay up this season, but overall, the game was very, very boring. It was probably the worst game of this week, in my opinion. Just very, very boring to watch. Milan were poor. Verona didn't take their chances when they had the chances as well. Overall, 1-0 to Milan there. Okay, the next game, we saw Torino versus Bologna. Unfortunately, I missed this game, guys. I did manage to watch a little bit of the game back. I caught the highlights. And it started off with Bologna missing a penalty from Castro. Now, Castro, for me, he's a very, very good player for Bologna. Yeah, this guy here, he's having a great season with Bologna. But, it was actually a fantastic save from Milinkovic-Savic to deny Castro's and Bologna to obviously take the lead in the game. And then, Torino had a very good chance from Sosa. I can't believe how he missed it, to be honest. And he obviously hit it wide. But overall, Bologna away from home. Of course, Torino's a very, very tough place to go to. They're making it frustrating for you. As I said, I do rate their goalkeeper, Milinkovic-Savic. They've got players like Samuel Ricci in the midfield. I think, Ricci is the future of Italian football. We're going to see him play for the Azzurri more often. So, Torino are a good side and, they make it frustrating for you. But Bologna got there in the end. A very, very impressive away from home win. The Dutchman, Delinga, got the goal, ball across, and he was there for the finish. And then Pobega as well, he got the second goal for them. He's a very, very good player. Very, very weird goal as well. I kind of thought it was offside, but it wasn't. He in the end didn't touch the ball. Pobega had a very good chance actually in the second half where he smashed it and he hit the bar and it came off. And then, that was mad. I don't know how that didn't even go in. But yeah, I mean, look, this Bologna side deserves credit as well. Okay, because a lot of people were saying, because look at this, they sit 7th place right now. I think conference league spot. Yeah, they sit conference league spot, Bologna. Okay, a lot of people were saying that they're going to fall off. Losing Thiago Motta to Juventus. What he did, he qualified for the Champions League, but Bologna are playing some really good football under Italiano as well. Of course, Italiano was the Fiorentina manager, and he got them to Conference League finals and all this. So a lot of people were saying under Italiano they'll drop off, but they've been very, very enjoyable to watch. They play some really, really good football, and they're currently 4 points behind Fiorentina, who are in 5th. So Bologna may be back up there. I mean, they've got Verona next. Fiorentina and Juventus play each other. They can capitalize on that, and they can go 1 point behind Fiorentina. And then they can find themselves in the European places yet again. Already keep in mind that Bologna have Champions League football as well to play this season, and they haven't played Champions League football, which can affect you as a team. But what I've been seeing with Bologna is Italianos came in. Let's not forget, they lost some big players. They lost Joshua Zerski, who was one of those Bologna's main guy last season, getting all the goals for them. Calaflori, I'm an Arsenal fan. He's now playing for us. So there's a few players that they've obviously lost, and the manager itself. So a lot of people were saying that they would drop off, but they haven't dropped off. They haven't dropped off, and you got players like Pobega in the midfield, number 18. He had a fantastic game. He's a very good player in there. Dominguez on the right hand side. Castro, as I said up front, he's a very, very good player. I know he missed penalty, but you still got the likes of Ricardo Ozzolini there. Ozzolini for me is so underrated. This guy is very, very good, and he doesn't really get the recognition that he deserves. But yeah, and obviously Dallinga came on and he did get the goal there as well. But yeah, honestly, I feel like Bologna have a very, very good team, and the manager's really, really decent as well. Give me 1 second, guys. If somebody's knocking on my door, give me 1 second. I'll be back in 1 minute. Sorry about that, guys. We are back. But yeah, as I said, Bologna, they're going to do well this season, man. And a lot of people, including myself, I thought they'd drop off a little bit, but I didn't expect them to be this good. And they are, man. So, I guess, full credit to Italiano. I think he's doing a really, really good job. And, they got, the win there. 2-0 against a good, a Torino side away from home who's going to make it frustrating for you, for sure. So, yeah, I mean, Bologna are looking really, really good on Italiano, and we'll see if it does, continue. All right, next game. Before I do, let me big up the chat. Ciao, fratello! Mi fratello! Buon Natale! Forza Atalanta! Ciao, fratello! Forza Atalanta! A great win for Atalanta. Molto bravo Atalanta. Alla grande Atalanta. Big up to Forza Atalanta. Mi fratello. Big up Chelsea fan as well. It says big up Josh in the chat. I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas tomorrow. Andrew, my guy as well, man. Andrew, big up to Chelsea fan. Keep hitting the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate it. Hope you're well, Chelsea fan as well, my guy. So the next game, we need to talk about Antonio Conte's Napoli, because they keep on winning, guys. Yeah, they're back up there again. They keep doing their thing. They keep doing their business. They're still second place. They're still chasing Atalanta, of course. I made a video, a few weeks ago saying if they blew the Scudetto, if they bought the Scudetto, because they lost to Lazio and they can't be doing that, but they found themselves again. They found their form, and really they almost got the job done. They got the job done, but the first half they got 2 goals, and Gisa scoring again for it. This guy's been on fire. He's been scoring goals for fun for Napoli. He put him in front. Ranamani as well from a set piece, caught a free kick, and he was there to make it 2-0. So Napoli were cruising 2-0 up already. Going into half time, 2-0 up. They was cruising, but then Piemonte pulled a goal back for Genoa. And that game changed completely, guys. The game changed completely because Genoa was all over Napoli after that. It kind of like that goal put all that when they got the goal back, Genoa, they put quite a lot of pressure on Napoli, and they hit the post. Genoa, Balotelli had a great cross into the box, and Meret made an unbelievable save. And I think it was like the 95th minute as well. Literally last minute of the game. Alex Meret makes a fantastic save and keeps Napoli very, very crucial 3 points there. But Genoa, they could have got something out of the game, man, and I think they're a bit disappointed that they didn't get anything out of the game. But Napoli scraped the win in the end. They got the job done. They got a very, very very, very important 3 points as they, go back to second place. But yeah, just quickly on Genoa, obviously Patrick Vieira. I know him very well as an Arsenal fan. He's an Arsenal legend. He's doing well for them. I feel like. I do feel like he's doing well. Since he's came in, obviously they've been. They lost that game, but since he came in, they've been getting. They drew with Milan. They won against who did they beat? They beat Udinese. 2-0 away from home, and then they drew the week. This is his first loss as Genoa manager, Patrick Vieira. So yeah, I think he's the right guy for them. They are a decent side. Obviously, they have no problem with going down this season. I know it's still very, very close, to be honest. They're currently 13th place, but they're 1 point above relegation. This is mad. So yeah, this is how crazy. And I'll show you guys the table in 4 in a minute. This is how crazy it is. But yeah, I feel like Genoa are going to do well. Under, with Patrick Vieira as the manager. If I'm being honest with it. But as for Napoli, they're still there. And they got Venezia next as well. So that's going to be should be a win for them. They're still there, and they have to keep winning their games now. And they've certainly bounced back from that Lazio defeat as well. Very, very poor defeat from Lazio. Atalanta capitalized on that, but then now we see Atalanta play against Lazio next, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. So yeah, for me, they're still there, man. Conte's got that experience. He's an elite manager. He's a serial winner. He's won, many Scudettos. He won at Inter. He's a winner. He knows how to win these, Scudettos. So I think Napoli can be up there as well, man, this season. I really do. But yeah, overall, really, really good result. Not necessarily performance, because that's the second half they were poor, but yeah, overall really, really good result for Napoli there. Yeah, as I said, the likes of Anguissa again stepping up, scoring another goal. The likes of they had no Kvaratskhelia as well, which I was surprised about. Clavadonna, he came off the bench. He was rested for this game, maybe because they played Coppa. No, actually, they didn't play Coppa Italia. They got knocked out by Lazio in Coppa Italia. I have no idea why Kvaratskhelia was benched then. That doesn't really make sense to me. But we know how good he is there as well. Obviously, Genoa's got players like Piemonte, who scored the goal, but Moretti as well, who's on loan from Juventus. He's a very, very good player as well for them. So yeah, there we go. 2-1 win for Napoli as they move back, runners up into second place. So let's move, guys, to the next game. We have got who is next on the list of games this week. Okay, we've got Lecce versus Lazio, and Lazio getting a 2-1 win in this one away from home. Again, another tough place to go to. Lecce, they're going to make it frustrating for you when you go and play there. But yeah, the game started off, obviously Lazio the more dominant side. And then, they actually got a penalty from Hilbert, who gave away the ball. Who handballed completely. The ball was about to go across the line, and he sticks his hand out. And maybe he should have let it go in, and there would be an extra man short. I don't know, but they got the penalty from that. Down to 10 men, Lecce were, and once again, Castellano steps up, takes the penalty. He's scoring quite a few goals for them this season as well. But then actually Lecce came up second half. Even though down to 10 men and they got the equaliser, it's a fantastic strike. Unbelievable goal it was, guys, from Morente for Lecce. And he got them the equaliser there. And then, Lazio left it late, man. I was sitting there thinking, maybe Lecce can get a very good, important win here. 10 men as well. And I was thinking, Lazio, this would be a very, very poor result for them to obviously drop points and concede, and obviously drop points here. But Malusic steps up, 87th minute, gets Lazio the winner, and they get a very, very important 3 points there. Lazio, I think, are playing so much more better this season under Marco Bologna. You know, they're currently sixth, fourth place. They've got a massive game against Atalanta next as well. But you know, they still find themselves. Obviously, they lost that big game, didn't they, a few weeks ago to last week they got battered by Inter 6-0. That really damaged them, I thought. But yeah, they're still 3 points behind Inter in fourth place, and obviously Fiorentina lost, so they're still in the Champions League spots. I really think Marco Bologna can take this side Champions League because overall they've been reasonably consistent. They still have games where they are, you know, where they don't really turn up, if that makes sense, guys. But yeah, you know, I think overall, you know, Lazio, they're very, very good sides, but it's when they're on it, if that makes sense. You know, they're not going to challenge for the squad title this season, no way. But they can get Champions League space. I really think they can get the Champions League spots for sure. They've got a really good lead now ahead of Fiorentina, ahead of Juventus. They've got a massive game though against Atalanta. That would be a very, very big game to watch. I'll be watching it as well, hopefully, on this one. But you know, I think you know Lazio, they're going to obviously be back Champions League football this season. You know, they've got some really good players in there. The likes of Rovella in the midfield, the likes of Zaccagni. You know, Nuno Tavares is doing really well for them. Roma goalie. Actually, the man of the match was probably Gila. You know, the other centre back. He had a very, very good game. Fantastic performance, man of the match there. Castellanos is scoring goals from up front as well. So, yeah, you know, I think very important 3 points to put it this way, guys, for Lazio and Marco Bologna's side. So, obviously, the next game was probably the best game of the main talking point of this game week has to be Claudio Ranieri's Roma. Roma 5, Parma 0. Is this the win that takes Roma that momentum? Is this the win that Roma can build on from now? You know, can they go all the way and keep this consistent run of form up? But they absolutely destroyed Roma. Completely annihilated and battered. Sorry, they absolutely destroyed Parma. Yeah, annihilated Parma. You know, the game started off, they got an early penalty. Paulo Dybala steps up, Dybala scores, great penalty. There's the first goal. And then they kept going and going and going. Angelino, by the way, what a game he had. Yeah, some of the crosses that guy was, you know, feeding into. How many assists? Yeah, he got the assist for Salamaker's goal. But that cross, guys, the second goal, was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, fantastic cross. And Angelino with a fantastic cross. And Salamaker was there to make it 2-0, you know, for Roma there. And then you know, Dybala stepped up. He got a bit lucky, I thought. It was a shot and then it took a deflection, but right place, right time. Dybala gets his brace. He's looking really, really good, man. He's such a quality player, Dybala, man. You know, one of my, you know, really, really good player to watch. Fantastic player. And, you know, he made it 3-0. And then they got another penalty, and it was Paredes. He stepped up and he made it 4-0. And then Dybala could have had a hat-trick. He squared it across. Dovbyk was there. Now, how big of a goal is this for Dovbyk? Because let's be honest with you guys, yeah. Dovbyk hasn't stepped up this season whatsoever. Yeah, in terms of how he's doing at Girona, maybe a different league in this year, but now he's got this goal. This has got to give him that that momentum now. Surely this should give him a bit of confidence. He's going to push on now and score a few more. But yeah, you know, the star man was Dybala for me. Man of the match by far. He could have had a hat-trick, you know, created everything. Super performance from Paulo Dybala. Obviously, Claudio Ranieri coming in. This is Roma's third manager now this season, going from De Rossi, going from Juric, and now going from Ranieri. They need to start picking wins up, man, because, you know, they can't find themselves all the way down mid-table. You know, they're 10th right now, but they're still quite a few points off of Milan and Udinese as well. They're still 4 points behind Udinese, who are in 9th. So Ranieri really needs to start picking up some momentum now. They've got a big game against Milan coming up next. You know, but yeah, I think Roma, they're in a bit of a mess still, but they can still push maybe Conference League. But again, it's still very, very, still anything can happen, you know, in the sort of second half of the season. But, you know, I feel like, you know, Roma, they got some good players. I mean, Ndika, centre back, you know, I think their back three's really solid. You know, I feel like even Ndika's a really good centre back. Matt Hummels is a fantastic centre back. That experience that you need there. Gianluca Mancini, the captain, he's quality centre back there as well. You know, they've got players like Paredes, Kone, Solomakers, Dybala. They're still playing El Shaarawy there, but Dovbyk up front. I feel like Roma have a very solid side. It's just they're not going to be getting it right in terms of the management side of things. Obviously, I feel like it was a mistake sacking De Rossi. I think he deserved a bit more time than he had. I think he only lost like 2 games or something. I could be wrong. Someone check the facts there, but it wasn't that bad for me. I think De Rossi deserved a bit more time than he got. But Roma, you know, the owners are ruthless. They sacked him. Juric came in. They sacked him. Ranieri's came in. They may sack him if it goes similar. But yeah, you know, they've been through 3 different managers. Roma, they're still a very solid squad there, in my opinion. And beating Parma there 5-0 is, you know, just prove that they can turn up. You know, as for Parma, I mean, again, they're in a sort of the relegation fight, 15th place. I'm watching them quite a bit this season, and you know, they are a good side on their day, man. They are a good side on their day, but you know, this one they got battered. Simple as that, really. There. Let's move to the next game, guys. Let's move to the next game. We have got a bottom of the table clash, you know, between Venice and Galilee. And Venice came out on top 2-1. And they've been playing well recently, Venice. Or Venezia. They've been playing well. They've been playing well. You know, the last 3 games they've been unbeaten. You know, so when you look at it like that, I think that they can maybe drop, you know, not get relegated this season and survive this season. Galilee are playing poor. I didn't actually watch this game, guys, so I don't know what really happened in this one. I just saw the result. But yeah, a big win for Venice. I feel like, you know, they can definitely set up this season when they play like this. They've been on some really good run of form recently as well. It's a tough place to go to as well, playing away at Venice, because the atmosphere is fantastic. So yeah, I mean, again, Ketelaere have been on some awful form as well. It will not surprise me if they go down, but it's still so tight. I mean, I'm looking at it. I mean, you've got Monza, who are rock bottom right now. They're on 10 points, but then you got from 19th all the way to 13th. 19th to 13th. There's 2-point difference from 19th to 13th, guys. It's unbelievable how tight it is. Up at the top and the bottom as well, and even the mid-table teams like Torino, Empoli, Roma, they're all on the same points. It is crazy. This league is madness, guys, and it's the best league in the world to watch. 100% there. But yeah, I mean, Venice, good win. They'll be happy with that, you know. But I mean, Cali will be disappointed in this, you know. Whatever you want to put it, it's a bottom of the table clash, right? So we can move on from that one, guys. Unfortunately, I didn't watch the game there. So we're going to move on, and we're going to move to the next game, which was the game we all watched, of course. The game I had it live on the channel. Atalanta, Empoli. Wow, what a game. What a game this was. And a very poor performance for Atalanta. But Charles de Ketelaere steps up and saves them and keeps them top of the table. Gaspolini's men currently sit on 40 points, top of the league, and they're doing bits. They didn't even play. I said it in my match, and I did it. I'm going to briefly talk about this one and we'll move on, because I did a few match reviews on this game, right? I said in my match review, they were awful. Let's just be honest with it, yeah? Empoli shows some fantastic fight. They're a very physical side. They're a very aggressive side. And they play very well. You know, they play very well. The likes of, you know, the 2 strikers stepped up. You know, Colombo with a fantastic goal. Put them in front. And then it was very frustrating. I mean, the end product was really awful from Atalanta's point of view. But Alan Malukman on the stroke of half. Charles de Ketelaere got them the equaliser, and then Alan Malukman put them ahead. And you're thinking, right, you know, they played awful, but this is what they can do. And the second half, they get a penalty. Empoli get a penalty, and it's 2-2, just like that. And then it takes, once again, Charles de Ketelaere steps up, gets them another goal, wins them the game, keeps on top of the league. That's big 3 points. And they were awful, but look at the result. This is what champions do. They grind out these results. It's what Atalanta's done here to, a few, obviously, for this game. Empoli played very well. Empoli will feel hard done by because they should have got something out of the game. But if you want to be champions, you got to play like this in certain times. And Atalanta did that. Charles de Ketelaere, the difference when he's moved from Milan to Atalanta is crazy as well. This guy looks a very talented player. This guy looks a really good player. He's found his form at Atalanta for sure. And they, as I said, they were awful, but they got the 3 points and they currently sit 40. And now I said it at the end as well, guys. This run they got coming up, they've got Lazio next. They've got I think Milan in the Supercoppa. No, not Milan. They got Inter, in the Supercoppa. They've got Napoli coming up. They've got Juventus coming up as well. They've got some big games coming up. But they have shown this season that they can step up. I know Inter thrashed them 4-0, but that was the start of the season for me. That's the only time I say, maybe they didn't look on it. But other than that, they have shown that they can step up. They are very good sides. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Sorry. They've shown that they stepped up, and yeah, they are. I mean, when they batted Napoli, I was like, yeah, this team is serious. Gasparini's a quality manager. He's an elite level coach, and they are. Right now, I said it in the match review. I said this will be it now. This is where we'll see the biggest tests come, because these games are very tough. They got coming up. This is a run. If they go unbeaten in this run and they win these games, then I'll sit there and say, you know what? They look scary, and they look serious this season. But for now, they keep doing their business. They're top of the league. They're cooking this season. Gasparini, elite manager. Their system's elite. Everything like that. Lookman, de Ketelaere. But however, I need to mention this before we move on. Yeah, how big of a miss is Matteo Lategui? Lategui comes off injured. Zaniolo has to come in up front for them, and he had a good game, but Lategui injured. How big of a miss is that going to be for them? Let's not forget. I mean, I think Solan scored yesterday, but let's not forget Matteo Lategui is the top goal scorer in Serie A. He's the guy getting all of Atalanta's goals. Well, the majority of them, but he's the main guy up front. How big of a miss is that going to be? I don't know how long he's going to be out for, guys. I'm not seeing anything just yet. But we'll see what happens, man. Atalanta couldn't go to Gasparini. Let's move to the next game. Another game that we watched with my brother, with me, Fladello Gio as well. We did a multi-stream on his channel. We did a watch on. Monza 1, Juventus 2. A big win for Juventus. An important 3 points for Juventus. A typical Juventus performance. Again, I'm not going to spend too long on this game because I did a match review on this one. Go and check it out, guys. But, Juventus, Wes McKennie was playing as left back as well. McKennie was playing as left back. And, yeah, it was, he actually did get the first goal for Juve. And then they, very poor defending on a great cross from Monza. Nobody's picking him up. And they got the equaliser. A great volley, but again, a poor defending and a poor goal to concede. And then, yeah, after that, the half-time substitution really shocked me. Koopmeiners got subbed off. I was like, what is Thiago Motta doing? Subbing off, Koopmeiners. But, he came off at half-time. I was surprised about that one. But, yeah, obviously then they, killed the game off in the end. From Gonzalez, and you just had that funny feeling though that they could have conceded if Monza, because and by the way, I need to quickly talk about Monza, guys. Yeah, they are currently 20th. They're rock bottom on 10 points, people. When I watch Monza play, they play like they're a mid-table side. They play like they should be in the top 8. I'm not even taking a mick with it. The football they play is. Of course, under Nesta as well, the football they play is majestic. It's so enjoyable to watch. It's so attractive to watch. You know, it's how it's just I look at it and think, how are they 20th? Because I was watching the game against Juventus and they was going at Juventus time and time again. You know, they're very, very dangerous on the counter-attack, Monza. But it just goes to show you that they're 20th, maybe because of other issues, maybe because of not maybe the game management side of things, maybe their defense. I don't know what it is, yeah. But what I do know is they're a very, very good side going forward, and they show. And if they had the end products, if they took some of their chances, they would have won this game for me against Juventus. But this was a big win. Juventus obviously, yeah, Tiago, Tiago, because this guy ties all the time, people. Yeah, man like Thiago Motta. You know, Juventus' last 4 games, last 5 were draws. This was a big, big win. They had to win this game against his opponent as well. We've seen them struggle. And I think they struggled again. But, obviously this is Thiago Motta's first season. They are still unbeaten as well. It's crazy when you look at it. They have still not lost a game in the Serie A. They've been drawing quite a few, but they're still not lost a game in the Serie A. They're still a long way where they want to be, I think, Juventus. But, they'll take this win, 3 points, and they move. They play Fiorentina. That'll be a big game because they're on the same points as Fiorentina. Oh my days. This upcoming weekend, guys, Juve, Fiorentina, this will be the game to watch. They're on the same points, 31-31. Yeah? They're 1 goal difference. Fiorentina's above them on goal difference. They beat Fiorentina, they go 5th. Lazio lose to, wow, I just realised. Wait, 32-30. Yeah. You know what? This Juventus side, if they beat Fiorentina, and Atalanta beat Lazio, Juventus go 4th place. Juventus go 4th place on 34 points. Back in the Champions League places. Back in the Champions League spots. So it's not all doom and gloom for, Juventus. It really isn't. That's when it shouldn't have been. They should be winning this. Yeah, that should be their standards. Because we know how big of a club Juventus is. But if they win this game against Fiorentina, they're going to be in a very, very good, really, really good position there as well. So yeah, a 2-1 win there. You've got players like Kenan Yildiz, by the way. Massive shout out to Kenan Yildiz. That guy is a baller. What a player he is. What performance. Konasi Sao had a really good game. I think he's been their best player this season. I've got such bad goal, guys. I do apologise. And Gonzalez as well. I thought Gonzalez had a very, very solid game in there as well. So, yeah, we're going to talk about Juventus more often, guys. But for now, we need to move on. I do have to get out of here in just a minute. And another game that we did watch, Fiorentina 1, Udinese 2. Wow, what a game this was. It started off so well for Fiorentina. They were dominating. First 20, 30 minutes, domination. Complete and utter domination. They got the early goal from Moise Kean, a penalty. It was a clear penalty, by the way. The ref actually booked him for diving. I was like, how's he diving? It's a clear penalty. But yeah, Moise Kean stepped up, put them 1-0 up, and they've dominated. I was sitting there thinking, yeah, Fiorentina, the wall of Udinese. However, when it got to around minute 35, Udinese started getting to the game a lot more. And they had a very, very, and I said it at half-time, I said, Udinese had a very strong end to the first half. Fiorentina needed to get a second goal, and they didn't. And look what happened. Udinese turned it around. Florian Thauvin, what a goal. What a strike from Florian Thauvin. And, of course, Lorenzo Luca as well. Unbelievable. These 2 players are superb. Obviously, I was doing a watch. I wanted my brother Alexis Sanchez, yeah? I wanted Alexis Sanchez to obviously play. He's my favourite player of all time, but he didn't play. But Udinese got the win, and a big win on them. And they're quietly doing their business as well. They're 9th place, so 23 points. They're 3 points behind Milan. Could they be underdogs? Maybe getting Conference League places this season as well. But yeah, they are definitely a side to watch out for this season. Fiorentina will be absolutely gutted. And I said it before. I mean, this is two L's in a row now for Fiorentina. I've been impressed with what I've seen them this season. Losing Italiano, you maybe think that they've had that they would have a drop off. Sorry. But they've been playing some really good football this season. And they were playing some good football. I mean, Moise Kean missed. He should have made it 2-2. He missed an absolute sitter. But anyway, I mean, Udinese, fantastic win. I think they're definitely a side that we got to watch out for. this season as well. I'm going to move on, guys. I do have to get out of it on my other channel in just a minute. Now, the final game, to wrap it up, you saw Inter 2, Como 0. And thanks to Carlos Augusto, Inter got there in the end from a corner. Carlos Augusto header, put them 1-0 up, and then Marcus Thuram killed the game off completely. And Inter got a win. They've been doing, I mean, I watched them a little bit better against Udinese. They won 2-0 in that one as well. They've been doing this season, you know. Inter, obviously, they're going to try and, maintain it back-to-back. I think they are favourites to do it still. I think you have to put them as favourites to do it. But, it'll all come about when they play Atalanta again, when they play Napoli, when they play maybe Juve as well. I think that's when we will see the big test for Inter. Because against these sides, and fair play to Como as well, Cesc Fabregas as well, I think he's doing a really good job. They're currently 16th place. I know it's so tight where relegation is, but they're currently 16th place. They're 1 point above relegation right now. Sorry, the one above relegation, but it's so tight in there. But Como for me, under Cesc Fabregas, I think he's a good manager, and I think he's proven it with Como this season. A lot of people said they finished rock bottom. A lot of people said that they will go down this season, and I think they can stay up. I think they are very, very tough side to play against, and they showed it in this game. They proved it in this game. Inter struggled to break them down. They struggled, and it took a corner, and it took Thuram to do a little flick, and then Marcus Thuram is a quality striker as well. He's physical up front. He'll cause you so many issues there as well. And that second goal was a moment of class and a moment of brilliance, because that guy drops the shoulder. Great finish as well, right? But other than that, really, I mean, yes, Inter had their chances. Di Marco, Di Marco is the best left back in the world. There's not a left back for me that's above Di Marco. There's not a full back right now I look at and is better than Federico Di Marco. I think Di Marco is the best out there. I think he's the best you can get. I think he's the best you can get right now. I really do. I think he's the best in the world. I don't think nobody really compares to him. But yeah, I mean, look, he was cooking as always, man. Di Marco's Di Marco. But you would. I mean, inside, you would expect them to retain this title. I said it that they were favourites. I said that they would retain this Scudetto again. It's they're on 37 points. They play Cagliari next. They got Cagliari next. Napoli got Venice, and Atalanta got Lazio. They're just waiting for Atalanta to drop. Same with Napoli as well, which could happen. So it's still very, very tight up there as well. Of course, as we know, it's crazy that the league, but Inter they're doing their business, man. They're slowly but surely doing their business. They're quietly, they're sitting in third place, but they know Atalanta drop a point. They know Napoli, if they drop points with it, which both sides have shown that they can this season. And Inter have turned up in the big games as well, yeah. 6-0 against Lazio. Completely battered Lazio. 6-0, yeah. Napoli. I can't remember what happened against Napoli. No, Atalanta, that was a game, yeah. 4-0 against Atalanta. Destroyed them. Completely destroyed them. So they have shown that they can turn up in the big games, and they're just waiting for a team, either Atalanta or Napoli, to drop off, and then they can, pounce on it, really. So, yeah, overall, there we go, guys. There we go. Christmas! Buon Natale, as we say in Italiano. Buon Natale, Mos. Buon Natale, mi fratello Mos. Buon Natale, mi fratello. But yeah, big up to Mos there as well. Yeah, he says, come on, como Cesc, George Coloni and Dele Alli. Yeah, I heard about that as well. I feel like Cesc Fabregas is showing that he's a good manager. I feel like he can keep them up this season as well. So yeah, there we go. Big up to Moss there as well. But yeah, that is that, guys. That is all the games done today. The Serie A roundup done. Let's quickly check. When is the first game for game week 18? Let's quickly check this one, guys. Let's quickly check. When is the first game? Game week 18. 28th of December. That's Saturday. Okay, so what I'm planning to do is because Christmas Day is Wednesday tomorrow. Boxing Day is Thursday. Okay, so Friday night, guys. Nah, no, not Friday. Maybe Friday in the daytime. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a prediction for game week 18. We're gonna go and predict the games, and we're gonna go for all the games and predict them for game week 18. We've got some big ones coming up, guys. Some really exciting games to look forward to on game week 18, and we'll be doing all throughout the weekend, all of the games on Serie A Obsessed. I'm gonna try it, and not every single one, but I'm gonna try and do the main ones on Saturday and Sunday, as well as Monday as well. I think there's games on Monday as well. So, yeah. And we're going to try and do these more regularly as well, these roundup shows, because I really enjoy making these as well. So yeah, we're going to do that as well. So yeah, thanks everyone who tuned in today. Really do appreciate it. Can I just say thank you so much as well. 100 subscribers. We reached 100 subscribers on this channel. It's going really well. I'm really enjoying. When I made this at the start of the season, I just wanted it because obviously my Italian heritage that I got, my ethnicity, whatever they call it. That's obviously I'm Italian as well. So I thought I wanted the channel to, because I love Italian football. I'm Italian, and I just wanted to have my opinions and meet new people on here that are Italian speakers, and just overall watch Serie A because it's the best league in the world. I will single-handedly have a debate with anyone who wants to come on, and tell me otherwise. The Serie A is the best league in the world. This season it has to be. What other league can compare to Serie A then? Please let me know in the comments. This is the best league in the world, guys. It really is, and yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. And yeah, next step will be 200 subscribers for us. We're going to try and, as I said, do so many more of these videos, so many more of these live streams where we do roundups. We're going to do predictions. We're going to do transfer news when the window opens for January as well. And then we're going to do, match reviews, watch songs. We've got it all, guys. We've got it all covered on here. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying making this channel. And thanks so much for all the support. As we say, Buon Natale in Italia. Buon Natale to everyone. Buon Natale a tutti. Buon Natale a tutti, and or Buon Natale ragazzi, you could say, and yeah, hope everyone has a great Christmas as well. I'm going to be live on my other channel. Anyone who's watching from my other channel, who knows me on True Gooner, I'm going to be live right now. I'm going to be doing a match preview, Arsenal Ipswich match preview. But yeah, Buon Natale, ciao, buonasera, and thank you guys so much for watching. We're out of here. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Friday, I'll be back, okay, on this channel.